Mysterious stories in abandoned house, the bishop's haunting. In a small, forgotten village tucked away in the countryside, there stood an abandoned house that had long been a source of chilling tales and eerie whispers. This ancient dwelling was known far and wide as the bishop's haunting. The mere mention of it sent shivers down the spines of the locals, and none dared venture near it, especially after sunset. The house was a foreboding sight, with its time-worn, decaying facade and windows that gaped like empty eye sockets. Its history was intertwined with a tragic legend involving a reclusive bishop who had once lived there. The story went that the bishop had been driven to madness by the dark secrets he uncovered within the house's walls. His once peaceful abode had transformed into a chamber of horrors, and his unsettling descent into madness had left a lingering, ominous presence in the very foundations of the house. One moonless night, as the village lay shrouded in an eerie silence, a group of daring youngsters decided to confront the legend. Armed with flashlights and trembling courage, they approached the abandoned house, its twisted vines and gnarled trees casting sinister shadows upon their path. Inside, the air was heavy with the scent of decay, and the floorboards creaked with every step. As they ventured deeper into the darkness, their flashlights illuminated long-forgotten relics of the bishop's life, dusty religious tomes, tattered vestments, and a decaying bishop's mitre. Then, in the dim light, they saw her, a long-haired girl with ghostly pale skin, her eyes hollow and filled with sorrow. She drifted toward them, her spectral presence sending shivers through their souls. Her movements were graceful yet ethereal, as though she was trapped between this world and the next. One of the youngsters, braver than the rest, stepped forward and spoke to her. "Who are you? Why are you here?" The long-haired girl, her voice a soft whisper, began to tell her tragic tale. She was not a malevolent spirit, but the bishop's daughter, who had been hidden away from the world due to a disfiguring illness. Her father, the bishop, had tried to cure her with forbidden rituals, which had driven him to madness. She had died in this very house, her life cut short by her father's desperate attempts to save her. Tears welled up in the eyes of the youngsters as they listened to her heart-wrenching story. They realized that the haunting was not the work of an evil spirit but the result of a father's love gone terribly wrong. Together, they vowed to help the long-haired girl find peace. They conducted a proper burial for her, giving her the dignity she had been denied in life. As they laid her to rest, the dark presence that had gripped the abandoned house began to dissipate, and a sense of tranquility settled upon the village once more. The legend of the bishop's haunting faded into history, replaced by a story of compassion and redemption. The abandoned house, no longer haunted, stood as a testament to the power of love and the need to confront our deepest fears.